Welcome back to Downstairs and Dragons, where we play D&D in our basement as per tradition. Of course, you can play wherever you want, with whoever you want, whenever you want. We are going through our Pillars of the Mythals. So let's see our friends who are trying to get this mythal back up shipshape. We have Dieter playing Kieran, Josh playing Ixlador, and Adler playing Phlebotomist. You guys just completed the Ritual of Beauty to honor Seleniel, the goddess of beauty, trying to get her to power the mythal with her magic. Well, you didn't piss her off.
The goddess of love and beauty?
Goddess of love and beauty. You do think you got a confirmation that the ritual was complete, but that is all you guys got. A little vague. But you guys decided to sleep the night within range of this beautiful ritual space you've created.
In the middle of the night.
Well, you mean you guys went past midnight, so you mean
in the middle of
like
the night,
3 or 4 in the morning.
After my meditation.
So about 5 in the morning.
And the moon is still bright. I'm going to stand up.
The sun's going to be up in an hour.
That's all right.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk out to the flowers that I made. I'm going to cast Fly. I'll fly up. Up so high that I can see the design of Amolada's face, the pointillism of colors that I made with the flowers, blurred together from the distance until it really looks like I'm seeing Amolada's face in the distance. And up there, I'm going to drink the filter of love, and I'm going to stare at Amolada's face. And I'm going to weep and sob and cry, and I am going to let loose all of the emotions that I have bottled up over the years, missing her, searching for her.
The rest of you roll perception.
16. 17.
You guys definitely hear that.
I may be 100 or 200 feet up. I'm not too sure.
You guys hear the sobbing bouncing off of the stone road and the stone.
Do you hear that? It sounds
Except
like
it would be,
You guys are
it'd be
in
a bit
separate
faint.
rooms.
It'd be a bit faint at that distance.
And it hurts. It hurts to hear it. And it's a little contagious if you guys would like to roll Constitution saves.
12. 22.
You're able to succeed, Phlebotomist, but Ixlador, you are reminded of your own sadness. Of the other things that are making you sad as you sit in your little room away from everyone alone.
I shed one manly tear.
Oh, okay.
I get sucked back up. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna open up my hat, I'm gonna crawl inside, and I'm gonna sleep in there, away from the noise.
You have 1
Wow.
hour of air.
Well, I'm leaving it open.
Oh, alright.
Okay. Alright, how long are you up there?
1 hour.
Okay,
That's
so
how
the
long the
filter...
potion.
No,
the
10
filter.
minutes.
Is it? I thought it was an hour.
It's 10 minutes.
Oh well, I'll stay up there for an hour.
Okay. So you guys have a rough night of crying and being upset, and then you sleep really hard. Really, really hard. You guys get a full rest, you wake up well past sunrise, and it is a new day.
And then I'll take my alchemy jug and I will say, wine. And I will start drinking.
In the morning.
I'm gonna need it.
So you're just sitting in the garden staring at a floating hat.
Now I'm floating in one of the fountains, just drinking.
Okay. The rest of you guys wake up.
Okay. So I'm just gonna poke my head out upside down from out of my hat. I'm gonna stare at Kieran. Are you done crying?
Oh, I was participating in the ritual.
My goodness, that's some set of lungs you got there. I could hear you from inside this hat. I couldn't sleep.
Well, go big or go home. It's a ceremony.
I couldn't sleep at all.
Hey, yeah, you could. I could hear you snoring in there.
Well, figuratively, I couldn't sleep at all.
Figuratively.
Well, did it help? Did it give you catharsis?
Catharsis? No, but it was good to get it out.
Okay. And I'm gonna drop out of my hat and put it back on.
Just watering the flowers, my tears, you know.
You come out too.
Yep, eventually.
You guys gonna talk about your plan for the day?
But yeah, that was my final contribution to the goddess of love and beauty.
Okay.
Oh, where are we going next?
Let's see.
The one for the time, right?
Yeah, that would be south of where we are, Riser.
Yeah. Let's go there.
Can I read the card?
Yeah.
I haven't read it in a while.
That's done.
Region dedicated to Labilis the North. Full of libraries and colleges. If you're clumsy or unlucky, you want to avoid the area because any wasting of time of others or breaking someone's focus has its punishments. These streets are silent, and children and pets are not allowed in most areas. So, what are you guys looking for in this district?
This is probably where we found that large library with all the hourglasses in it, right?
Yes, and you were able to find your way back there again if you'd like.
Well, I think this one's pretty simple, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think we sit in front of one of the hourglasses and give it time.
Okay. We have to make sure we don't give it too much and become horrible, decrepit old monsters.
Have you been thinking about this?
I've been a little scared about it. You know, it happened to my great-uncle Sven.
You had a great uncle Sven.
Well, he used to be my great-nephew.
You don't say.
It's scary stuff.
Well, it's not going to drain us of our youth. We're just giving a thing the time we're currently spending in the present.
I hope so. I hope it's all that is.
Okay.
Let's go find it.
Roll investigation.
Natural 20.
Poppin'.
Natural 1.
18.
Oh, there it is.
Natural 20, you're able to lead them that direction, and then you get
Kieran.
within eyesight, and Kieran
Actually, it's
goes,
over there.
Kieran, that's a latrine you're pointing at.
Well,
There's no better place to spend your time, I suppose.
You can tell this library used to be much larger, but really only the center areas survived, and that's the part that's still standing that you guys were able to get through.
Okay, well, let's just pop on in there and spend our whole day just sitting in there and staring at a wall. I mean, I'm gonna read a book in there if nobody wants.
well, I'm gonna grab a smaller hourglass, a book, and I'm gonna do my business in one of the latrines. Maybe take a bath. I don't know.
You and your latrines, I swear.
I suppose as long as we're giving time, I suppose that's what we need to do.
I'll take a bath. Take a poop and then a bath.
So you guys take hourglasses with you, and you're reading a book about anything in particular?
I'm gonna try and find one on ancient elven history. The
Okay.
ancientest.
Yeah, you're able to find some elven history. It's really cool stuff. It has a lot of gods in relation to it, because a lot of history has to do with their gods. And Kieran, you go ahead.
Recipe books.
Huh?
The recipe books that I found.
Okay. And you are gonna go. There's no bathhouses right around the library.
Well, somewhere in the district.
Okay. So you take your decanter of endless water and you fill up a hole somewhere, and you read your
Right
recipes.
outside. You know, that's a good idea. Yeah, there. Right there. Mold earth. Bath. Mud bath. It'll be nice and relaxing. I'll use heat metal.
And you have. Well, now the hourglasses are the size of a person, and they weigh about 500 to 1,000 pounds.
Is there a travel? I thought we had like we did
Yeah,
grab like a
None
smaller.
of those are as magically charged as the ones in that are larger. Those are more just decorative pieces that you took.
Well, alright. I'll read a book in the library.
Okay. So you take your bath and then you head in. Ixeldor, what are you doing by one of the hourglasses?
Suppose I'll find a book as well. Something interesting. Whatever I happen to find. Whatever's left. It's not completely destroyed.
These are going to be a lot of like first print editions that people would use to make copies. So there's actually quite an assortment of subjects here.
Okay. Something on elven artifacts, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, it would be like a compendium someone put together from other books and other stories and other works.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, so Phlebotomus, you sit down and you're working on reading about elven history, and you open the book and you start turning the pages and you start reading. Next to the hourglass, where the sand is trickling down slowly. And Kieran, you sit down next to one and you're reading your recipe books. You open the first one and you read the first recipe as the sand is trickling in the hourglass. And Ixeldor, you sit down and you're reading about elven artifacts, and it's a very dry book.
I'm a dry man.
But it's really nice. and you get to that first page and you're reading about the first artifact and what book it's from and all of its history. And Phlebotomus, you sit down and you go to read your ancient elven history book, and you open it for the first time and you go to turn the first page and you start reading that book. And Kieran, you sit down next to one of them and you open your recipe book and you open the first page and you start reading the first recipe. And Ixeldor, you sit down next to one of the hourglasses and you open your book, the Compendium of Elven Artifacts, and you read about the first artifact on the first page. And Phlebotomus, you sit down next to an hourglass and you start reading ancient elven history, and you open the first book and you're reading the first couple pages of that book. And Kieran, you sit down next to an
Detecting a
hourglass.
pattern here.
There's something wrong here.
You
Anyone else getting a sense of deja vu?
You guys stop for a second and you look out the windows, and half the day has gone by. It is noon.
Hold on, I'm
Actually,
a little dizzy.
it took you till noon to get here. 4 o'clock, afternoon.
I didn't even get to read this book. That's not okay.
You ever have that weird feeling where you just don't understand something you read, so you have to read it over and over again? I'm getting that kind of vibe.
Okay, quick.
But that usually doesn't take 4 hours?
I'm gonna take off my gloves and make sure my hands aren't withered and wrinkled.
Nope, they're totally fine.
And my beard's not gray?
No.
Okay.
Can someone roll... I guess I'll roll perception.
7.
15.
26.
Okay, 26 and 15. Your books were way dustier when you started this. They were way less flexible. It looks like all the dust is gone. The pages are still warm. It looks like the books that you're reading have been read several times today.
Do I remember anything inside this book? No. What a ripoff.
I'm going to use mold earth on the sand and push it up.
You can't... You can tell you're using your magic, but the sand is unaffected.
Fine.
Okay.
So there's the library. Is there like a temple portion in the library to the god of time?
Hold on a second. I want to test something. I'm gonna try and read the book, and you guys watch me and see if there's any funny business going on.
Alright.
How close are you guys to the
I'm
hourglasses?
going to open a window and I'm going to step out it and I'm going to hang outside and watch you.
I'm going to move over by Kieran away from any other hourglass.
You guys watch Phlebotomus read the book, and when he's done, he flips it back over to the front and starts reading it again.
Oi! How is it?
And you are looking at the book that you haven't opened yet.
What? I haven't opened it yet.
You've read the entire thing.
What?
I just watched you do it.
How long did that take?
I'm
a fast reader.
Couple hours?
No, an hour.
What, an hour?
And you guys seriously just stood there and watched me read this in
Yeah,
silence for an hour?
not the most exciting thing, bud.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not going to lie, I peed on the side of this building.
Of course.
Did you take your pants down?
Well, I didn't need to. I did that earlier.
Oh, okay. Well,
Do you remember anything?
no. Do I remember? No. No.
Well, this is a little fucked, isn't it?
kind of a rip-off way of spending time reading a book.
I mean, if you think about it this way, though. You ever just read a good book that you wish that you could forget so you could reread it and have the experience all over again?
Right.
This is kind of the same deal.
Only you don't get the first experience of reading it.
But you did in that moment.
But
I'm gonna get back into the building,
I am not.
and I'm gonna walk up to one of the hourglasses. And what's the name of that god of time?
Labelus and Nora.
That. Labelus and Orith.
Knock on the hourglass. Labelus North.
Yes, it's that simple.
Can you hear me?
I mean, I'm sure he can, but like, why would he bother? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he doesn't have the time for us.
Yeah.
You want me to cast divination?
Can. I don't know if what we're doing is right or wrong. What else we
Let's
need to do?
see.
Yeah.
I'm a bit stumped, to be honest.
Well,
To be honest, I feel like it's got to be something bigger than just the routine.
this will be an interesting little experiment because it's a ritual.
Oh, baby.
I'm going to do it right here.
I'm excited.
Oh.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, try it.
I'm excited and I'm terrified.
I
We're going to
will.
watch him.
Me too.
I will conduct the ritual of divination.
Okay, what's your question?
My question is, how do I reactivate the Pillar of Time for this mythal?
You watch the sand fall in the hourglass. And you guys watch him watch the sand fall. And he's just standing there.
Anything?
What is he doing?
He's watching it.
You can hear them. You can hear your friends.
Hello? Anybody home?
I'm gonna try and knock him over with my 10-foot pole.
I just got really fixated on that sound.
Kieran.
You don't remember casting a ritual.
You've been there for 12 years.
Oh, is that all?
He's an elf. 12 years is like 2 days.
I misspoke. 1,200 years.
I
would
would
be
be dead.
Where's the
I
fun
think
in
we
that?
all we honestly really need to do is waste more time here.
It's not wasting time. That's the important bit. We're not wasting time.
We're spending it.
Yes. Giving
Alright.
it, rather.
Giving time. Alright, well,
Hey,
I'll just open up my book and go to the second recipe.
hey,
I
Ixildor.
Don't remember
Yay.
the first one.
I'll race you around this hourglass, and whoever gets to the end of it first wins.
I'm down for that. Oh wait, no, we have to do it silently. We
We're
can't
running in the halls.
How about a power walk race?
Sure, let's try it. Power walk. 1, 2, 3, go! Hey!
You feel like I just started running, but I'm so tired, and it's dark out, and you're breathing heavy, and all your muscles are sore, and you're sweaty.
Didn't we
And-
just start?
No, we
Why have we
didn't.
worn a path in the floor?
It worked, I think.
Yeah,
Oh
we lost that time.
Dude, if we fall asleep here, we'll just sleep forever.
I'm afraid.
No, we'll just wake up exhausted and ready to get some actual sleep.
That's a good point. If we fall asleep here, we won't actually sleep.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate it.
Unless we snore.
I don't snore.
You snore.
You snore.
I don't snore.
You snore.
How bad do I snore?
Pretty bad.
It depends on where you're sleeping.
So how come it hasn't woken me up yet?
You're a deep sleeper.
You haven't choked yourself to awake. You don't have sleep apnea. You just
I just snore.
if you see you do this weird thing when you like curl up. You like tuck your chin into your shoulder. You,
Oh, that just helps me sleep better.
no, I really don't think so. I've seen you sleep
How
on
is
rocks
your
like that.
spine, like, still in alignment?
He's young.
How old are
Parts
you?
of it are metal.
Parts of your spine are metal?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck did you do to yourself?
I made
He was
parts
in
of
a
my
war.
spine metal.
He probably lost those parts of his spine.
No, that was my leg.
Your leg? You're pulling my chain.
Do you want to test it? Do you have a magnet?
What's a magnet?
So I pull out a magnet, and my leg sticks right to the magnet.
Are you just holding it there?
I'm not.
Let go of it.
I'm just trying to balance it on my leg clearly.
Stand up.
I was really hoping we could like hide.
I grab him by
in
the
there.
by the scruff and hold him up.
And the magnet falls to the floor.
You know, if you really could have a PhD in bullshittery.
I wore out the charge in the magnet.
I'm sure you did.
You didn't know what a magnet was half a second ago.
I think he was pulling your chain. He's learning.
I didn't even know you could do that. Why did you tell me to do that?
I've spent a lot of time with the two of you.
Alright, well, let's move out of here and get some rest.
You guys find an abandoned building to sleep in for the night?
Actually, I'm just going to meditate here.
You know,
Right.
I gotta say, we didn't even get the mythos saying, hey, good job guys, y'all are done. You know what I'm saying?
Do we need more people to spend time here?
I feel like it. I keep thinking it has to be something more.
Well, did your divination...
It was just like I became transfixed on the sand falling. Wait, does this sand ever stop falling?
When you guys are not standing near it.
So what, do we just spend the rest of our time there? I don't feel like that's really useful.
Does it look like it ever...
There's some sand on the bottom.
Does it look like it ever, like, might empty from the top?
Yeah.
Alright, we just got to stay here and wait until all the sand empties from the top.
Okay, well if that's the case, I'm gonna try sleeping by an hourglass and see what happens.
Okay.
You two.
Are you guys all doing different ones, or are you all doing the same one? You notice the one where all three of you were at the same one running around it? That one is the most full at the bottom.
Let's try and go.
Alright, let's try and empty one of these.
Okay, let's do one. Yeah.
Alright, let's
this
let's
is a-
sleep around the one we were running around.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Hold on a
You
second.
wake up several times.
I'm going to... Oh, never mind. It can't be used again until 2 days have passed.
Okay. Every time you wake up, you feel like you're just going to bed. Like you maybe just closed your eyes for a second. And eventually one of you wakes up in a way that you see that the sand is full at the bottom. You don't know how much time has passed.
Did we feel rested?
No.
Should you roll for your belt beard?
Oh my god, how many times should I roll for my beard?
Technically, your time was sacrificed, so during that time, every time there was a sunrise, you didn't experience it.
Okay.
Sorry. But, it's nighttime when you guys wake up, so you don't know what day it is, but you could go sleep. For real now, if you wanted to.
I'll knock on...
Ice.
You don't know if the light flashed while you were asleep.
How hungry are we? Are we starving?
Yes.
Good, Barry.
Please.
Thank you.
Do I get any of my spell slots back from that? Is it well, no, because
You
we didn't
wouldn't.
actually get a full rest, did we?
No, but you would still have your spell slots from the, from when you slept after the Hanali ritual. So you do have spell slots. So yeah, you can cast Goodberry.
Alright.
You feel several level of exhaustions, but I'm not going to tell you how many.
Okay.
Am I moving at the same pace?
No.
Not so many.
Alright, guys. Let's get out of here. Let's go into my...
You're drooling.
Let's go into my hat. Let's have a nice, cool dirt nap.
Alright. I'll fluff up the dirt with mold earth.
You notice the dirt is really dry.
Oh, gods.
I'm scared.
How long have we been out?
I'm terrified.
We'll need to go talk to Kalkakila and find out.
Oh god, should we do that right now?
No, let's
No,
sleep.
I
we
need-
need to sleep.
I need to rest.
Why don't you guys sleep in my hat and I'll just walk the way there.
Let's not. No.
He's not even gonna be able to.
Come here. Climb the
No,
rope.
I can make you.
Come on. Up the rope.
Oh,
Go.
Okay.
I'm going to cast fly and make my way up there.
You can't find your way in, and then
I'm literally asleep as Explorer's lifting me up.
like literally like you guys just face plant and sleep like that.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, that sounds nice right now. I'm so sleepy. You guys sleep in the hat. You get a full night's rest.
Take a literal dirt nap.
And you can tell you slept so fucking hard. It was definitely longer than 8 hours. You guys probably slept 12, 14 hours. You wake up and it's mid-morning.
Oh my god.
Open Adam. Oi.
Just a few more minutes.
No, you've had 14 hours.
That's not enough. I need 24.
No. We don't have that much time
Oh.
to spare, unfortunately.
Well, maybe we do.
Who
Well,
knows?
all our time's been spared.
We need to
already.
go figure out how much time we've spent.
Oh.
Alright.
You guys leave the hole. And the hourglass that you had fully filled at the bottom, you can see very ever so slightly a grain of sand or two is drifting back up towards the top.
God,
Much
no.
slower, but you can tell
Oh.
after a certain amount of time it will be full at the top and empty at the bottom.
That maybe if like 10 or 20 years.
No,
Okay.
like a month or two.
If it's been has it been more than 2 days?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna use my serpentine owl.
You know what?
What? No.
I'm going to cast Druidcraft to...
It's been more than 2 days, but your items aren't affected by that time.
Oh shoot, that's true.
I'm going to cast Druidcraft to see like the phase of the moon and how many days it's been.
Ooh, clever.
I was gonna say 3 days.
Oh, it's only been 3 days.
Just
Oh,
enough
that's
time,
a long time.
Just enough time that you guys needed that good berry to rehydrate. Because you were running low on
Is it-
water.
I
a good
thought
berry.
it was months.
Oh no, it's only been about 3 days. Well,
That's fine. That's
unless it's been several months. And
No, you would have. Your bodies would have dehydrated.
All right.
well,
Let's assume that this has worked.
okay. Let's never come here again. This is kind of terrifying.
Well, there's a reason that special priests are assigned to.
how many other hourglasses are there?
Oh gosh. In this room, probably 7.
We cannot spend that much time.
No, thank you.
You've bought yourselves a month or 2.
What? Oh, of coverage.
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, well, I guess that fixes it then.
Okay.
I think.
Let's mark that one off the list.
I don't know how these things work.
This god is the cruelest of them all.
He's not really asking for much. It's only a few days.
Yeah, no, that's true.
A
It's
few
just in
days.
such a surreal fashion.
A few days of sacrifice for a few months of protection.
Not a few months.
A month.
A month.
That's
Well,
still,
still.
that is reasonable. It's just very disorienting if you're not expecting it. Like, I'm sure if they had the priests still here and all that, it would be just... Oh, it's
Think of it
fine.
this way. You could be the ones in constant agony.
Oh, gods, they're still there, aren't they?
Well, it could just be mild discomfort.
We didn't wake them up.
We're not supposed to.
Yeah,
That's
I guess...
their business, not
I
mine.
guess they're powering the mythal now, and we're trying to fix the mythal, so...
What if we move them up here?
I don't think we're supposed to touch them.
Well, you know, I guess...
Leave them alone.
That's another
We
mythal.
can leave them alone, or we can leave them up here alone.
You can leave them alone wherever they are.
Hold on.
Because
would
they
that-
may have already been brought up here.
Would that be another pillar off the list that we did nothing for?
No,
But it's still fine.
we did our thing.
It's considered complete.
Yes!
Which one is that?
Nevail or something. It's the one at the bottom. It says N apostrophe something.
Nevail.
Yeah, Nevail. I got that right. Wow.
Done.
Hooray!
Which one's Rizar?
Wait, it was this one. The time
God
one.
of time.
Oh, so the sleeping ones. What's? Well, fuck it. I don't go. I don't.
This
I don't,
one to the further south is Kalkila.
Was that Delu?
Delalu.
Delalu.
Oh shoot, we should go there next.
Oodalali.
We were gonna help Kilkila.
Yes.
Right. Let's go.
Okay. Oof. That feels like a whole episode worth of content.
It's
Yeah,
only
we just took a nap.
It's only half an episode, and all we did was take a nap.
I'm so sleepy. Okay.
That was an exhausting encounter, and it wasn't even...
We didn't really do anything.
Wake up. Okay.
Oh, we should have breakfast.
Yeah, you guys, you have breakfast, and...
And while they prepare breakfast, I'm going to cast Divination as a ritual again
Okay.
to see if the Pillar of Love and Beauty was accomplished.
Your attention is drawn to one of the hourglasses that was only slightly filled.
We didn't do enough for that one.
You did enough to buy you a amount of time.
Shite.
But the thing is, that's still appropriate. They could be a church that has a ritual every single week to keep theirs going, while others only have a ritual once a year.
Alright.
So there's nothing wrong with that, it just has to be done more often.
Well, I mean, I suppose we've, broken it in a bit for them. Yeah,
Really, all we're doing is getting the place started so we
Just
can
a little-
move some other elven inhabitants here.
Just
Right.
a little jump start, little
It's not our
kick to the
job.
gooch.
It's not our job to keep it running in perpetuity. We just gotta get it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It is godlike magic, so I suppose that's the best we can expect from something
Really,
like
if
that.
we really think about it, 3 normal adventurers powering something that defies even the weave, that's a lot to ask.
That's a lot to ask.
We're not going to be perfect at this.
I'm just happy that we have an effect on it.
Exactly.
Honestly.
They should give us a medal when we're done with this.
We have a city.
They should give us an
It's
estate.
our city.
Well, we
I mean,
did.
pretty
Wait.
much.
So we're kings now.
No,
Yes.
it's not a kingdom. It's a city.
We're mayors.
Yeah, you can be a king of a city.
No.
The
You
land
are a king
surrounding.
of a kingdom.
Right.
It's not more than a city.
A city is
You
not
know,
a kingdom.
well, it's the city and the surrounding area.
The surrounding
What
area.
if the
of a
surrounding
city
area
is not a
belongs
kingdom?
to... What's the fuck other city that...
This is.
It's perhaps a county.
It's not a county.
Let's
Dukedom
argue
would be
about this
generous, but not
a different
kingdom.
time, shall we?
Very well, King Ixeldor.
Thank you.
You guys are heading south to Delalu to go find Kalkakila, and Adler leads the way. You guys don't have to roll investigation. You find Kalkakila in the middle of...
I'm the Druid King now.
Not in the middle. She's on the edge of... So there are several different reservoirs that have filled in and several different aquariums that have filled in with water. Still look really dead and have no living corals in them whatsoever. But the freshwater ones are starting to fill with algae and murk from living for a while. You can see the one that she was trying to clean up with the staff, trying to give it, like, instead of glass, she was trying to give it force field glass. She's on the edge of it, trying to dig water from one of the rivers to fill her pond.
Oh, Kalkakila.
Kalkakila, we come to you from an age long past, many moons ago, when the world was still young and there was still life on this barren earth.
It's been 3 days.
We ask you only one question. What year is it?
Don't mind him, he's being an idiot.
Well, we could name the year. What do you want to name it? Do you want to name it?
Bob.
The year of the fruit bat.
Well, no, you name them after an event, so this would be the year that Eta de Seldarine was restored.
The refounding.
The restoration?
The restoration of the Elven monarchy led by King Ixeldor.
The rebirthing
This is the year of the restoration.
The restoration. I like it.
of the 3 kings.
I'm not a king. I am a lord.
The
This
2
city-
kings and a lord.
This city is ruled by the gods.
Well, the gods don't
Isn't
take
it like
care of
1421
the facilities.
DR?
Well, it is
It's
now 1.
1535.
That's what it is.
Or should it be 0?
Yes, it is 0.
It is year 0 of the 3 kings. Here, let me help you with that. I'll just mold earth and get the water in.
And the water sinks into the bottom and like sinks to the dirt. Well, that's not right.
That's not how
What's
that's
the problem?
supposed to work, is it?
This water isn't right. She touches it and she goes, it's not good. Can you stop it?
Yeah.
Do you need salty water?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd take my alchemy drug. Salt water. And it fills with salt water.
Just a little bit for a big...
No. I mean, I can make 12 gallons.
For a whole pond.
It's a start.
Well, it should dilute. If you just put it in with regular water, it'll dilute, right? Just make hyper-concentrated salt water.
Just make straight salt.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot just make salt.
Are
But
there salt mines around here?
that
That
is
I
a good
don't know.
question, actually.
You have your infinite spice kit, yes?
Roll, all three of you roll history.
Oh, actually, I do have my infinite spice kit.
Literally just like
Just
keep
salting.
pouring salt into it.
That's funny.
What are we rolling?
History. History.
14.
Also 14.
+1. Natural 1. Again.
Kieran doesn't even know people mine salt.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ixeldor, on your path up the mountain, you swear that one of the breezes smelled like salt.
There may be a mine up on the mountain.
Do we have to go all the way to the salt mine, buy some salt from the salt miners, cart the salt back here?
But
Well, I can
I
use
think
mold
we have
earth.
to actually just mine the salt.
Salt is a mineral. I'll just use mold earth and we can roll a bunch of it back.
So what
We
is
can put it in the bag of holding.
That might not be enough.
The 5 by 5 by 5 amount of salt.
in my hat?
That's
That's a lot of salt.
no.
That's
For one
actually-
pool?
That's quite a fucking
I
lot
think
of
that
salt,
it would
yeah.
take a while to dissolve, but I actually think that'd be enough.
Yeah.
all right.
Alright, well, everyone hop on my broom.
Can it carry? I don't think it can carry all of us.
Oh, it sure can.
You have a deer,
500
I have a
pounds.
deer.
My broom
which we've
can
forgotten
carry-
about this whole session.
He's just been following around. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, he was out grazing, waiting for us to.
There's not much he can do.
He can help haul the salt.
He can help. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
We should get
8,000 pounds of salt.
We don't need 8,000 pounds of salt.
You know, we should
Actually,
get
yeah,
your deer.
you do.
What's that?
We should get your deer a cool sleigh or a chariot or something.
A sleigh would be really cool in the winter.
You could still use a sleigh in this
it's-
weather.
It's still summer.
So,
What?
So you guys take your deer and your broom all the way to the northeast to the salt mine, and you follow your nose. You guys roll perception?
smells like salt. I need some guidance.
4.
19.
Oh god. 5.
Oh, you're right. I can smell the salt.
And you follow Kieran's nose
No
It's that
good.
way.
to a small cave on the other side of the mountain where, near the valley.
Okay, I'm gonna poke my head into the cave's entrance. Hello!
Hello.
Any goblins in here? I am Lord of the Snails.
That's a
No.
really neat trick.
No, that goes to come out of your mouth and it doesn't come out of your mouth.
Wait, what?
Lord of Snails doesn't come out of your mouth.
What? I am Lord of Snails.
No,
You just stop talking.
your title...
Was given.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me think about this.
It was
Lord of
fairly
the
given.
Snails entering a salt mine.
Yeah.
Your mouth instantly dries and cracks. I'm Lord of the Snail.
Okay, I'm gonna back away from the salt mine. I'm Lord of the Snail. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Geyser.
Knocks off the mountain.
You're now very cold, it's windy, and you're wet.
Oh, this is terrible. Why did you do that to me?
You look thirsty.
It's cold. I'm gonna
Well, let's get in the
freeze.
cave then. Get out of the wind.
It's
You'll catch.
salt.
You'll catch your death of
I'll
cold.
melt.
Good. You'll be jiggly.
What the fuck? Okay.
What's a good skill for you guys to mine salt?
Mold earth.
Well, the thing is, it comes in little crystals like this big, and you're gonna have to sit there and find them.
Mold earth. Mold earth. Mold earth. Mold earth.
Would it be something to prospect?
That would be a tool check, and
Yeah.
most likely strength base.
Can I roll to prospect for salt?
Yeah, I
And-
guess survival.
Nature.
Can I
Nature.
Can I get advantage due to my belt of dwarven kind?
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh.
I will also mine salt.
Okay, you'll be our strength person. He'll point it out and you'll knock it down. And then Kieran will put it away with the other.
Oh, baby.
I will mold it all together into a giant sphere of salt.
I thought it'd be a cube.
Sure, a cube.
Gonna be a 16 for prospecting salt.
You find many ores that haven't been dug into yet.
16 to mine them.
Salt.
Okay.
Salt.
And you're
salt.
able to pick away at them with the crowbar you guys have. Just
Sure.
No,
chip
mold
away.
earth. I'll just knock it down.
But then you have dirt and sand and salt mixed. He's knocking the salt chunks out and you're picking up the mold earth.
Alright.
Okay, all three of you work together for a very long time to gather a lot of salt. Would it take all day? No, I think it would take a few hours, but you guys have to fly all the way back. And, yeah, it's about sunset when you get back to Delalu with your salt.
Hey, Kieran, you see this big salt crystal I have?
Mm-hmm.
5 gold for you to lick it. And I'll pay you 10 gold if you eat the whole thing.
Well, that would be poisonous, so no. And I don't really pay too much attention to gold, so...
No, that is...
He also prefers sweet things over salty things.
No, well, no, I mean, sweet and salty, it's all good flavors.
Have you had a good pretzel yet?
Oh, aye.
The salt
The-
make a very good pretzel.
But what else are you going to eat during Pretzel Mania?
That is true.
Pretzel mania.
Oh, you haven't
Right.
heard of Pretzel Mania? It's a gnome.
Don't! No, it's not.
It is.
You're a fucking liar.
They were having Pretzel Mania when we were in Cowabunga.
You didn't see all the
What?
pretzel stands? I got a pretzel.
They were like tiny little stick pretzels. They were big, soft pretzels.
No, I walk away.
When Quella was wearing that Pretzel Mania shirt.
She was not wearing a Pretzel Mania shirt. You two are going to give me an ulcer.
Oh, you're welcome. So I'll just move this thing back over.
Okay. So you put the giant salt block down and Kalkakila goes, it doesn't feel right.
Well, it's not salt water. It's just the salt, right?
Where'd it come from?
Look at that mountain up there.
Did it come from the ocean?
Oh,
No.
damn.
I mean, maybe it'll still work, but...
Nature. I will roll to see if it'll still work.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna roll
22.
history, I guess, to figure out where the nearest sea is.
Okay.
Are we pretty far inland?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, we're quite far inland.
Dirty 20. Wait, no, 23.
The sea of steam to the south.
That's a lake, isn't it?
Great
Yeah, but
lake.
it touches the ocean. There
Is
is
it
actually, so near the edge where it touches the ocean is where there's salt.
So with my 22 in nature,
I
could
know I'm reading it.
Alright.
In dry mining, it's mined in underground caverns, much like coal or iron. Practiced in Detroit.
Detroit.
Underneath Detroit each year, but not a pinch of it goes on a boiled egg. Glistening and bright. Under southwestern Detroit are rock salt mines totaling over 100 tunneled miles. Hundreds of tons a day were once lifted a quarter of a mile to the surface. 3 important factors lie behind it. 1, they need that salt for meat processing, chemicals, and water softening, and snow and ice removal. Abundant salt as a reasonable depth of sufficiently high quality to permit economical mining, and the availability of low-cost water transportation. Okay, so yes, it can be used. If it can be used in food production, then it's not poisonous. So yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
salt
just a
will
matter
work.
of salinating the water.
Then it's okay. So scientifically it will work, but what about sentimental value or like religious value? What religious value does the salt water bring to the priests of Deep Shasalos?
It's the god of the ocean, you know.
Where do you think the salt came from? The mountains.
Yeah.
And that's a holy mountain.
Good job.
Whoa.
Literally, we found the salt in a cave. It's a very holy mountain.
It's full of holes.
Okay, so do we have to break the salt up? Do we toss it in there?
But it's a matter of process. This was filled by hand from the ocean. There were priests who literally walked the salt water from the ocean to this pond.
I imagine perhaps that would have been because there wasn't a better way.
No, I think it was done out of piety. But if you want to try going around it, then we'll have to find another way to make up for it.
It's not going around it. It's using the resources we have at hand to do what we can to make it work.
I will cast Druidcraft to determine if your deer would stop licking the salt block.
Get out of the pool!
Damn it!
I will determine the weather
He's
for
good.
the next 24 hours.
Come on! Out of the pool! You're supposed to be Lord of the Forest!
And his he's like,
Get going!
and his tail wags.
Go drink some actual water, please.
Can I pet him? I love him.
Yes, you can pet.
I'm just gonna reach out to pet his snout.
Alright, what's the weather going to be like in the next 24 hours?
Good question. Oh, sunny.
Excellent.
Some big nice white fluffy clouds.
We can leave it here overnight because it's getting late on in the day. This took us a while to do.
Yeah, it's nighttime now.
Tomorrow I will cast Divination. We'll see if this will satisfy Deep Sails.
Okay. Everyone goes to bed in the Delalu district. And you wake up the next morning. Oh, I need to change the picture. Oops. Nope. There's the lake that you guys have been working at.
Well,
The big old lake.
It's exaggerated in the picture by far.
clearly.
But these are all the reservoirs that are around you shining the starlight, except for you're in a big empty aquarium that you can tell used to be built kind of, it had big walls around it to keep people out. This was the Deep Salis temple. But much of it is ruined. The only part that she's really been able to build back up is the aquarium that was in the middle, and then you can see there's dry walkways around it that the priests would have used.
I'll work my magic on fixing things up here and there.
She's got it.
Mending and such.
Okay.
Side note, my beard has grown thicker and fuller.
Okay, good.
It now looks like mine.
It gets kind of caught in your scales sometimes a little bit, but
It's like a big, bushy, like Orthodox priest looking.
Oh,
jeez. Okay.
Well then.
alright, so I will now cast the divination ritual since it's a new day.
What's your question?
Will creating salt water from the sacred salt of Mount... What's the mountain again?
It didn't have a name for you.
Mount
Mount up over there.
Vesuvius.
Okay.
Mount Phlebotomus.
From that mountain up over there, can we use that salt to create salt water which will satisfy the needs of the pillar of Deep Salis for the mythal? It's a very lengthy question.
It is a question.
It's good to be specific.
It is.
You look off into the distance and you see in the middle of the aquarium is a big platform. It looks like it might have been made out of coral itself, like a really dense coral rock. And in the middle is like a nest, like a bed. And and Kalkakila kind of keeps looking at it. And it's got kind of like a shell dome over it that gives it a little bit of shade. And she keeps kind of pacing around it and looking at it. And that's all you get.
Guys, I think this is a waste of time. I think what we need to do is focus on that spot over there.
What spot?
See that that bit of coral, that live rock. Kalkakila,
Yes.
could you go step on that platform there?
Well, yes, but I want my salt water.
Okay, guys, huddle up back here. Huddle up back here.
So the salt water is insignificant to the mythal.
It's Kalkakila that's important, but she believes the salt water is important.
Right. The salt water is necessary for, well, the aquarium, but you're right, she is the pillar.
So we essentially...
Or she needs to become the pillar.
We essentially need to make sure she's comfortable with doing this, and
I think you're right.
So it's the salt water is not insignificant, but it's not the only thing that we need to do.
I have an idea. Kalkakila, what if I could divert water from the river to flow through the salt block to carry salt water into the aquarium?
Why don't you just fill the aquarium and let the salt dissolve?
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Me and the whole can we can break down the salt and help it dissolve faster.
That sounds like a really good idea.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So you guys direct the river into the aquarium, but the problem is it will take a very, very long time for it to fill.
Can we use the decanter of endless water just to fill it up?
we can. I can also cast Create or Destroy Water, which creates 50 gallons of water per use.
It's probably going to take a few days of filling this thing up.
Yes. The Decanter of Endless Water creates 30 gallons per geyser. So I could just over and over again.
That's what you guys all do. As water filters in from the stream as well. Does anyone have anything that restores animal life, like coral life? Or plant life?
Druidcraft does plants?
Let me
I have nothing that can do that.
Animal Friendship, Create Destroy Water.
I have Purify Food and Drink.
I also have that.
Oh, you guys could
I
do that
also
to the
have
water
that.
coming in to make sure it doesn't have any weird toxins from sitting.
I also have Lesser Restoration.
Actually, the salt block might do that.
Okay, you're right.
If I mold like holes,
I gotcha.
yeah,
You're filtering the water.
it
from
filters.
When I get third level spells, I get plant growth.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That.
But
Where is that one? What level's that?
What level is that?
3.
3. Where's plant growth?
Didn't know you would ask it.
Okay. So, Kalkakila, kind of paces around in the water as it's filling, and it gets to the point where it's up to her knees and up to her waist, and eventually it's getting to the point where you guys just see the top of her moving around, and you guys spend just several days hanging out on the side of this big pond as it fills up. It's probably about 12 to 15 feet deep on the edges and deeper in the middle. And on your sides, the sides where there's the force fields, you can see into the aquarium, and it's very foggy and dark as it gets farther away, especially because there's so much silt being brought up by the current. But you can see her and Bubbles kind of in the middle, like cleaning up.
While we're waiting the couple of days it takes to do this, I'm gonna go back to the library, grab that book I was going to read, and bring it out and actually read it.
Okay. That's something we'll have to do off camera, and and it's not even so much that you'll read it now. It's that as your character makes history rolls, I'll say if you learn something from that book or not.
Okay, that works for me.
Okay.
Okay, so 3rd level spell for both. So I can prepare plant growth the next day,
Oh yeah, do that.
and I could do that.
Can you control what kind of plants it is?
It's just all plants in the area.
What if it was in a saltwater thing?
And it would be aquatic plants.
Yeah, but what if they're all dead and there are none?
I believe it still works.
Does it still make things grow in that biome?
Well, the biome should be fine, right? Because you gotta imagine that, like, underwater druids can use that spell.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's not natural. Like it was man-made.
If I cast the spell over a period of 8 hours, I enrich the land. All plants in a half-mile radius centered on the point within range become enriched for 1 year. The plants yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested.
That right there. Please do that.
All right.
Fucking awesome. Yes,
I do
please.
love that spell.
Oh
That's
my
a
gosh,
pretty
yes.
dope spell.
I really do love that spell.
If you want to, you can swim out to the middle and sit on top of the shell dome,
Mhm.
and then it's all around you. Fucking yes.
Yeah, it's a very cool spell.
Oh, I'm
Very
gonna argue
judy.
that okay, corals are technically not plants, but I'm gonna argue that you help the live rock become alive again, and maybe you start, somehow the magic starts some seeds, some baby polyps that will eventually become a coral reef in here. Holy crap, yes.
They're a strange sort of creature between plant and animal, so
it's
yes.
almost like the rest of you can see the aura of nature being sucked into Kieran. Like you see a halo around him as nature's energy is being absorbed through him and pumped into the water.
What is the thing that
and
it's like this?
The water is actually like slowly rippling away from Kieran.
Ixildor, look, all the nature juice is going into him.
You see me swell up like a balloon.
I hope it doesn't pop.
Jeez.
That's going to be a mess.
I kind of want to poke him with my 10-foot pole.
Don't poke the druid.
Would you like a mint, sir? Fuck off! It's just a mint.
Kalkakila kind of wanders up to the edge of the pool and gets her claws up on the top and like looks up at you, Ixildor.
Oh, hello.
How do you pray?
How? Well, there's not really a right or wrong way to do it. I just kind of give myself over to my God and speak plainly. Speak from the heart.
You got to put your heart into it.
It's more of the emotion that's the prayer than the actual words.
Have you ever given your God energy?
I try to give my God as much energy as I can when I pray.
Have you ever given your God your thanks?
Oh, many times over.
What do you like about your God?
He's strong. He's a symbol of growth. A symbol of balance. Something that was taken. It was something that was taken from me. The balance of my life was disrupted in many different ways. So that's why I like Relent. He protects the balance of nature and community to make sure that one does not overpower the other.
I got it.
Yes.
Conjure woodland beings. Let's just conjure nature beings. I could conjure corals.
Yes. Yes, please.
Which is another, well, that one's a concentration, but yeah, I could do that.
But do they disappear?
Duration of 2 hours.
But maybe they could be there long enough to lay polyps.
Sure.
You know what I mean? To replicate?
They don't, they just kind of come out.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
There's no wording for like what happens to them after the hour duration.
I get what you're saying, that it's like a bunch of deer convene in one spot.
Yeah.
In this situation, I'm going to say it won't work because there's no salt water for them to convene from.
Right.
Okay.
But yes, as far as how to pray, we all do it in different ways. You just do it however is natural for you.
So when I pray to Garl Glittergold, what I like to do is eat a block of cheese while I'm doing it. Because in the myths, Garl Glittergold loves cheese. And he loves shiny things too. So I always make sure to eat my cheese while I'm surrounded by a bunch of jewels. Prayer can be whatever. It's just crazy.
I've never
It's
seen
just
you once
whatever.
do this.
I'm a very private person.
No, you're not.
Actually, he has done that before. I remember. There's been a few occasions where he's just sat down and eaten a whole block of cheese. I didn't poop for 3 days after that last time.
I just didn't tell you it was me praying. I just did it. So you might have just thought
I just thought you really liked cheese.
I do.
We all pray to our deities in different ways.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at. There's no wrong way to do it as long as it's the way you do it.
Thank you.
In fact, the more personal and unique, sometimes the better.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the ocean?
Never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never seen it either. That's a lot of water.
It's wet, I
So
imagine.
wet.
Yeah.
Deep.
Big.
I've heard it. The smell of
Impossibly
the
huge.
ocean is nice. Like being around it, just seeing it is a pleasant sight.
What do you...
Feeling salt on the air and
Oh yeah, it's very windy too. What do you like about your god?
I think everyone has a bit of the ocean in them. It's almost like he is a life that is within everything. Even the trees and the grass and the air, so far away from the ocean, there's still salt and water. There's still animal. There's still microbiology and everything. Just
What's
like
that
there is
mean?
in the ocean.
So I'm not familiar.
Small life.
Oh, like bugs. Right. Okay, gotcha.
Well, the ocean is so big and all-encompassing, so deep, that's really something to latch onto, it being in everyone. So I think that makes sense.
And I think that he's also loving. Loving in a way that is terrifying if you were his enemy. I think I want to bring that to this area, and I think after hearing what you guys have said, I'm the only one who can do it. I want to bring his love of life here, and I want it to be a safe place for things like me that are far away from the ocean.
That's a pretty good goal.
That sounds very nice.
I think if anyone can do it, it's you.
Yes.
I wish. I feel like there's more about me that I don't know. And I wish I knew it, but all I do know is that Deep Shaselas has been with me this whole time and kept me alive, along with Oro. So we're gonna stay here and dedicate our lives back to him as thanks.
You're a living miracle.
I do hope that you'll find others like me who can come here and worship with me.
Well,
There's-
sure we will.
There's
Life-
definitely some people that will come worship with you.
Life is about abundance, and just the two of us is not right. We need more.
Alright, well, let's get back to work filling this tank up.
Okay.
Was there anything else? Do you want a good berry?
No, I was thinking. These are the elven gods. But your friend there isn't elven. Phlebotomus, you're not elven.
He's close.
I'm a gnome.
I realized I feel different from you, but I don't feel different from you.
Hmm.
Kieran and Ixeldor, I feel like we're the same.
I see the resemblance in the cheekbones.
Though we may differ biologically, we are the same in spirit.
No. She just seems really lost in thought. She's like, I think there's more to me than this form.
Maybe she was polymorphed.
I was just thinking I could cast polymorph on you. It would turn you into a different animal. Maybe at some point someone decided to turn into you? That seems like a bit of a stretch though.
Maybe she was once an aquatic elf.
That's what I'm thinking.
It could be.
Well, so the reason I'm worrying about this is if I'm taking the place of something that was before me, something's gonna have to take my place again when my life ends. So I also need to think about the longevity of this project. I need to figure out who will take my place next. Who was before me? Who was the water pillar before me?
Wasn't that like that big, nasty, weird coral thing that tried to kill us?
Yeah, that was it.
There was a coral?
Aye.
It was a bit of a pain to deal with, actually.
But it was a coral.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a crab. And corals are animals. Okay. I'll see what I can find here. But if you go to the ocean, will you keep an eye out for...
Big magical coral?
No... sea elves?
Oh, sure. Right. You can do that.
Thank you.
Also, you're a crustacean. It's likely that you'll just keep growing. Biologically immortal. You'll probably never die.
Well, that's not bad. I wish I was a crustacean.
You might end up being just as big as that mountain up over there.
You may need a bigger boulder.
You might not need a boulder at that size.
When you were young, did you have memories of that you don't remember?
Oh, sure, we all do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I don't remember my memories,
No,
then...
I mean memories that weren't in this body.
Right, like
No.
everyone that has that.
No.
I don't think that's quite right.
Is it just the elves then?
No.
I mean, we all have memories that we just no longer remember.
No, she's talking about memories of past lives.
Do elves have that?
Oh yeah. Do gnomes not?
No.
Well, where are you supposed to go next if you don't know where you came from? Alright, so maybe you were a wee baby sea elf. And then
Reincarnated?
maybe reincarnated. Maybe sea elf was your mummy and you just popped out as a crab. Who knows?
Nature is odd at times.
Okay. Well, I think all of that is probably related to my god.
Well, we'll get this temple up and going. You can commune with your deity and maybe through visions, divinations, you'll get some answers.
And if there's anything that we can help with, please don't hesitate. We'll be more than happy to help in any way we can.
I think once I go in there, I won't come out to talk much. So, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask that request of you bringing back sea elves. And anything like me. But I also want to say thank you. Oh, Phlebotomist, this is for you. And she hands you a staff that she was using. Here it is.
I wonder, are you some kind of sea dryad? Have you bond with a coral tree and become something different entirely?
When they brought me here, I was so young, I don't remember. So young.
Do you have your first shell? Rock?
No. No, I don't.
Did you even have one at that time?
I don't know. Oral has been with me for a very, very long time. I don't know what Oral knows.
Oral! Bubbles!
Who speaks only Elvish with an Aquan accent. What do you want?
Hold on.
What? You have to take a drink before talking to Oral?
You're gonna gargle.
Oh, don't do that, don't!
Oral!
Oh, it grosses me out when you do that.
Can't help it.
Just speak Elvish to him.
So, did you bring this one here with you originally?
No. I was brought here to protect her.
Did you come with her?
No.
Did she have a shell?
It's all you, buddy.
Yeah.
When I arrived, she was
Go nuts.
very small.
Was she a crab?
Yes.
Do you know anything about her origins?
But I found her in the ocean.
You found her?
They.
Oh, they found her. Oh. Was Amolada around when that that happened?
Who?
Well, never mind. No shell?
She had a shell.
Alright.
He said that already.
Was it a shell or was it a rock?
It was a shell.
Do you still have it?
No.
No, she already had a shell.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a reincarnation.
You have some questions you can ask him.
Oh, how are you today?
Oh, the pleasantries, of course.
I'm excited for water, for the rough water.
What question haven't I asked you? Did you poop today?
No.
Do you have any memories from before your birth?
I did, but I was a bit older when they brought me.
Oh, alright. Do you know who your parents are or her parents are?
I don't know my parents.
You do? Oh, well, who are they?
They were sea elves in the ocean.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's-
that solidifies it. Okay.
Alright, well, sea elves have crab babies.
Makes sense.
Didn't know that.
Neither did I.
I was trying to better serve her.
So, one more time.
I was turned to better serve her.
Oh, you are deliberately turned.
Who did it?
The priest of Deep Shaselas.
Were okay. Were you bonded to any particular like item or coral or tree? What did you come here with?
No, I was a sea elf. They changed me
All right.
for the purpose of protecting her.
How old were you?
80.
All right. Just of age. Little younger.
Was there an agreement between your people and the people of Ette de Seldarine to bring her here? Or was she forcibly taken?
If I remember right, she was a gift.
From who to who?
I'm trying to remember what I was originally told when I was recruited. I was a priest of Deep Shaselas, and I was offered an opportunity, a job, to protect a champion of Deep Shaselas. If I remember right, she was born. She was born powerful, she was born a prophet, born a child of Deep Shaselas.
Alright. Well then. If we come across any sea elves, then we'll send them your guys' way.
Thank you.
Let's get back to work then.
Yeah.
Now you guys are about to witness.
The evolution of a Pokemon.
She says goodbye to you. And you see her go underwater and go into the shell. And it's dark, but you guys go down so you can see through the forest glass. And you see her shadow go into the shell. And you see it dimly light up from under her. And it lights up all around, and it lights up the live rock. And it lights up the shell over top of her. And gives off this glow like she's a pearl on the shell. And the glow fills the tank. Totally absorbs Bubbles. Until you can't see him in the light anymore. And you can't see anything else. It's just a pool of light and you guys are being blessed.
That's
My
pretty
eyes,
bright.
my eyes, my eyes, my eyes.
It's not boiling from heat, but it's bubbling and going crazy and swashing all over. And it's almost like you guys can hear lightning and thunder overhead. Like you can hear rain hitting the water and like rain hitting a lake. And it goes for quite some time until and then it's still and quiet. Like the end of a storm. And you can hear water dripping down the sides of the columns you guys are standing next to. And you see the light dim.
And then you just see a slightly pearlescent figure sitting in the middle of the clam. It's her rock. You can tell it's closed, like she's gone inside of her shell, and she sits there like a pearlescent stone in the middle of the clam.
Her shell has become a gigantic hollowed out pearl.
It looks that way.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
Bubbles then sits down and relaxes and just sits where he can see her. And you guys notice the waters behind you are almost glowing. Kind of like that.
Ooh.
It's like you see a wave of glow go over all of the other pools. It's like they are giving off light as if they were the face of the moon or they were starlight. And every pool in this area gets more and more illuminate over time. And you see the light go across all of the pools, all the reservoirs, all the ponds, all the puddles, in every direction, as the water in this area is blessed. And then the grass even starts to become more bioluminescent as the water that it drinks refreshes it. And the plants and the trees become more luminescent as they're drinking in this holy water from the ground. You guys going to sleep here?
Yeah, it's a good spot for it.
Agreed.
You guys go to find a nice spot between all the lakes to camp out.
Yeah.
And you see a figure standing at one of the freshwater pools, kneeling down and drinking the fresh water. She turns and looks at you, but it's dark, so you can't really see her. And she seems to melt into the pool and disappear.
Well, there's that myth we can mark down.
Well, pillar.
That's what I said.
Right.
Kalkakila, the sea elf, was able to accomplish this pillar. She is serving as a constant power for the mythic. You guys have completed another one.
Excellent.
All right. Good.
It's both a win and a loss of a friend who is now going to be bound to that job for the rest of her life. But she wants to do it. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, that was her fate.
I'm a little sad, but I know it's what she wanted. It's sort of what she's literally here for.
This is a happy day.
Yeah, well, she had been born with a calling and had been torn from it for however many years. So, what, 100 years?
150.
150 years, I mean, that had to be an excruciating experience of survival and subsistence. I'm just glad that it's all over with.
Yeah.
That hell that she had to live through, the poison she had to breathe every day.
That's true.
Oh,
when you think
no,
about
she
it,
gets the rest.
When you think about it, this really is nice for her. So
Yeah.
Whew,
She's still there. She's
makes
probably
me
still hear us.
teary-eyed.
I'll just knock on the boom 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 on the force field. Yeah, she can still hear us. See, she's twitching.
This makes me
Don't piss off the giant
teary-eyed.
crayfish.
I love Kalkakila so much.
she's
It's
so
sad.
good.
Oh, she had it really rough. She didn't get to be raised by the priest. She was raised in a hole by an evil dryad who ignored her and neglected her and guilt-tripped her and shamed her. Oh, it's just so sad.
Dryad.
Oh.
Dryad.
Naiad, sorry.
Naiad.
The Naiad. The water Naiad melee that you guys killed.
Yeah.
Fucking psycho bitch. Ah! Okay, so poor Kalkakila, she fucking deserves to be happy. Ah! Okay, I'm more attached to her than you guys, I'm sorry.
And Bubbles, for the first time in 150 years, can finally rest.
Yes.
And he, yep,
He's probably on edge for that whole fucking time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. I'm really sad. I love Kalkakila. Okay, I need to let you guys go. Thank you for playing on Downstairs and Dragons. Whew, we got another one down. We're going to see where else we can go in this super awesome elven city that's going to be an amazing place for other elves to live. We'll see you next time downstairs.